Ready to go? Dun 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 dun. Ba-ba-dum bum ba-ba-dum. Ba-da-bum bum ba-ba-dum bum bum ba-da-dum. Lower yourself a bit, you're a little too tall.
I'm sorry, Tom Vassell.
Okay. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Hey, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co.
And I'm Devin.
And he's just, here.
I'm just here
for the ride.
I'm just here.
This is the continuation of my top 100. Specifically, we are doing 80 through 71, and he's here at the moment, so I figured why not have a person next to me. That's basically, that's as far as this video goes.
Yep.
The first
just a person.
Just a person.
Just a person.
The first two
Was
videos,
anybody in the first two videos?
No, just me.
Well, I'm glad to be the first just a person.
Yeah, the least important. I'll have other guests for the rest.
I guess we were pretty high up on the list.
So, if you haven't already seen, I'll have a link down below, but I already have 100 all the way through 81, I guess. The first 2 are already filmed. We'll be going through these over the next 2 or 3 weeks. You can check out more information. I talk about this in some of the other videos, and of course, timestamps down below. My rating method for this, in case you didn't know, is I grouped my games by category, 5s, 4s, 3s, 2, 1.
Oh,
and
really?
then, within those categories, I used PubMeeple. Are you familiar with PubMeeple?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just did the click-through?
Yeah, because if you try doing it on 250 games, it'll take you all day.
Yeah.
If you do it on like 30 at a time, you can get it done in a manageable space. And then from there, the final step is overrule whatever PubMeeple said. Because my opinion matters more. PubMeeple is just a good gauging.
It gets you started.
It gets you started. And so that's my mythology. Past that, I will have my phone with me this time, because usually I have a piece of paper taped to the screen from the notes I want to say, but he would see them, and he doesn't know the list, so I'm not going to do that.
I'm going in blind, guys.
He's
going in blind.
Yeah.
I'm just a person, and I'm going in blind.
That's the one. So this year, first of all, I always say this, I always have recency bias, meaning things will change around as time goes on, based on what I'm playing most recently. If I play things that, if I love a game and I haven't played it in a year and a half, it will drop a few spots on the list because I don't remember exactly how much I love it, and then I'll play it tomorrow, and boom, it's up 20 spots. That can and will happen. So just factor that in. Things will change, although less so as we move higher up to the top tiers. But with that said, in this bracket of 10 games, we have the following. We have 2 that are new to me, that have not been in my top 100 before.
Interesting.
Not that shocking. I just go through... Oh, you can guess. You can guess in some of these.
I can guess?
Yeah, 2 new to me. We have 1 new to the list entirely.
Ooh,
so
it jumped all the way up 20?
Correct. It went out from outside the top 100 to within the top 100. And then past that, we have 4 Kickstarters. Okay, so 2 new to me, 1 that is whatever, and then 4 Kickstarters. And there could be overlap in the Kickstarters that are new to me.
And the 2 new to you are ones that you've just recently played.
I haven't played them since the last time I ranked games. Yep.
Yeah.
2 games that went from nowhere, I have never played them, to boom, you're in the top 100. We'll have more as this list goes on, but for today, that's what we have. And starting off the bat...
4 Kickstarters.
Starting off the bat, we have a Feld game.
A Feld game?
Do you know Feld games much?
I mean, I just played my first recently.
It's not that one.
It's not that one?
Not that one.
Not that one. Is it one of the 4 that were in that new campaign?
No. I mean, I like some of those. I actually really like Marrakesh, in case you're wondering. Marrakesh could easily be in my top 100, but it's not out yet, so I don't count it at all. Yeah. And Bruges, for context, is much higher up my top 100. I'll save you time. Bruges, which is now known as Hamburg, is much higher. My top 100.
We've got, that's like 5 of them. That might be all the ones I know. So
yeah, we're going to go ahead with Oracle of Delphi. The Oracle of Delphi.
I should have known that one.
Have you played this?
No.
Have you heard of it? No. He just played Trajan for context. I think it's Trajan. It might be Trajan.
I played Trajan.
Is it Trajan or Trajan? Someone will tell us. Either way, it's one of those 2 words. Probably. It's Trajan.
It's Trajan if you want to call it Trajan. And then if you want someone else to tell you it's Trajan, then they'll tell you it's Trajan.
If I can get 15 people down below just saying it's Trajan, but typing it out so you're useless, that would be helpful. Yeah.
Just the type.
Anyways, so we're going to have a bunch of comments for that. Yeah.
Just have links to the pronunciation.
So first of all, I mean, you don't have any context at all, but where do you think this is? New to me? Lower, higher, something?
I'm going to actually assume that it is new to you because Tasty Minstrel Games has been... They're unfortunately leaving us.
Yes, they are.
And so I'm wondering if you have been playing some TMG games that you haven't before, and the box looks very well taken care of.
Whoa. So I'm going to give him points for that. Okay? I'm going to give you points for that. No, it's not new to me. This was 74 on my list last year. This is 74 on my list last year. But when you say the box is taken care of, I've never played this copy.
Okay, all right.
Good job. I'll give you points for that. I have never played this copy. The Oracle of Delphi is, I think it's Delphi. Maybe it's Delphi.
Delphi. I say Delphi.
It's Delphi. We'll get
Just type it out. Type out how you...
So, the Oracle of Delphi, for context, is a really elegant Feld game that manages to both feel like a Feld and not like a Feld at the same time. You have these boats that are wandering around doing some pick up and deliver stuff that makes you feel like it's not a typical Feld game. But when you abstract it down to things, it really just is. It's really just about rolling dice, trading those dice in for various actions as you go through it. You can look at the back. You have this...
Thank you for your permission.
But the thing with Oracle of Delphi, the reason it's a game that I have never played this copy is because I had it a long time ago, and like a bunch of Felds, it wasn't one that I played two-player with my wife. I went through a phase with my wife, with Rena, where I was playing mostly games with just her, and so some of my early love for Felds, some of them left my collection because they weren't as optimal at two players, and the Oracle of Delphi is one of them. I rediscovered this during the pandemic, during COVID, as I was playing with my game group online, and they had this on Yukata, and we played the Oracle of Delphi, and I really enjoyed it, which is why it made its way to my 74 last year. Then I got a copy, and we've never played it in person. I've only played this online so far. I played it in person way back in the day with my wife, which is why it slipped a few spots. I've actually broken it out, read the rulebook, was hoping to play it this last weekend. Not sadly, because we had fun, but we played other games instead. But the Oracle of Delphi is my number 80. It is a really, really solid game. I've been playing it online fairly extensively the past year and a half, just haven't played it physically yet. I'll need to get that done. It's a good Feld. It's a really good Feld, and like you said, it's TMG, so it's a little hard to get your hands on it now, I assume, unless Holy Games took it up. I don't really know. But that is my number 80.
80,
Which brings me to my 79, which I'm going to constantly check my phone over here. My number 79 is new to this list.
New to this list.
I don't know why I took away the guess.
Can I give any... Or can I get any clues?
No. Honestly, I took away the guessing part of it because I don't know why. But you know this one, I assume. Seven Wonders.
It's never been on your 100 list?
It's never been on my top 100, but to be fair, I've only done a top 100 last year. Last year was the first,
Second question.
Yeah.
Has Seven Wonders Duel been on your top 100?
No, I like Seven Wonders far more than Seven Wonders Duel.
Really?
And I think I'm in the minority there. Seven Wonders Duel is ranked higher on Board Game Geek.
I like Seven Wonders Duel. I actively don't like Seven Wonders.
Get out of this house. Get out of this house, sir.
Specifically because I don't like the lack of player interaction.
Have you played this game with more than two players?
Yes.
And you don't like it?
No, I'm just
like
never
drafting?
cared for it. I think drafting's fine, but I don't want drafting as the only thing, because I've played games of this where there's almost no talking at the table and people are just intently focused on their own tree and they don't say anything, and that's just not why I enjoy games.
Do people choose to talk to you in general?
I guess that's why I started solo stuff recently.
So, Seven Wonders, I guess you might be right in that sense. There's very low interaction in Seven Wonders. I won't argue there.
Yeah.
I find this game so accessible. First of all, it has my favorite mechanic of all time, which is drafting. Secondly, it's very accessible. It's a game that this is a game that was in my... I want to say it's in the first batch of games I bought. There are two games left in the first batch of games I bought.
What's
Seven
left?
Wonders and Castle of Burgundy.
Castles of Burgundy.
I've
never played Castles of Burgundy.
Another Feld.
I need to.
Those are the only two games left from the first batch of games my wife and I bought. And so there certainly is a fond spot in my heart, what little there is of it, for Seven Wonders. But it's one that it slowly crept out of my top 100 a long time ago because it has gone down for me over time. But I've played it a ton. I like it. I recommend it very heavily with leaders. There's other expansions as well. I think leaders is almost essential for the game. But then from there, it's one that like I said, it's a little samey at a certain point, but it's so accessible. It plays well at so many player accounts, and I just really like the drafting and puzzle of just building up your resources, getting science, getting whatever you get. It's a lot of fun.
In my personal collection, the function that this game presents to me is replaced by Between Two Castles of Mad King Ludwig.
So similar spots for me. If I had to choose between Seven Wonders and Between Two Castles,
you'd still pick this one?
I'd easily pick Seven Wonders. Between Two Castles and Seven Wonders are both games that I think are a little bit lighter than my personal preference and taste, but they are also rewarding at the same time.
Yeah.
I will say I really like how Between Two Castles and Mad King Ludwig, the collaboration between two players.
That's why I like it.
It is. But
my thing that I dislike about that is fixed because you are collaborating with two people while you build in Between Two Castles.
The difference for me is I find the card engine and the tableau of Seven Wonders much
more
better.
satisfying.
If you had almost a hybrid, if we can do this, if we come up with like Between Two Seven Wonders of King Ludwig, whatever.
Between Two Wonders.
Between Two Wonders.
Of Antoine Bauza's Stonemaier games.
If you had the engine of Seven Wonders with the collaborations of Castle of Mad King Ludwig, I'd love that. Because I really do like the collaboration in Castle of Mad King Ludwig.
Get on it, designers.
Yeah.
Get on it.
Another collaboration.
Get on it.
Next up, at my number 78, number 78 is a game that has dropped fairly heavily.
Fairly heavily? How many
fairly.
spots? How many spots?
It was 58 last year. down to 78.
That's a pretty decent jump.
I've only played it twice in the past year. I like it. And like Seven Wonders, it almost has a degree of, like, it's been in my collection long enough, and I keep enjoying playing it, and I really like it. I actually just recently introduced Jesse to it, and Jesse's like, I'm going to buy all of it right now. Jesse from
all
Crackle.
of it.
He wants
is
to
this
buy
a Kickstarter?
All of it. No,
This is not one of the Kickstarters.
None of the Kickstarters so far.
But he wants all of it.
He wants all of Dominion. And I have all of Dominion, which is why this is an empty box, because it would be very, very heavy to lift the bottom half of this box.
I need to give this another try. I didn't dislike it, but when you're talking about the original slate of games that you get when you get into the hobby, I played this back in 2014, and I've never played it since. I don't own it. I've never owned it. It was just a friend had it, and I only got to play it once, and so like I feel like I should try it again because it's such a instrumental
it's
classic.
a classic. It is the deck builder that defines deck builders. When people talk about deck building experiences, Dominion is not necessarily the first one that did deck building, but it's the first one that popularized deck building.
Yeah.
And it's one that has really, I mean, almost every deck building game is to a certain extent
I was about to read the back of the box.
Read the back.
The snow box.
I really like it. And I like it with some of the expansions. I particularly like Empires and Adventures and the card decks they add to give you consistent events and things you can go for.
What's your go-to player count?
3.
3?
3. 4 drags on a little bit. 2 is nice, but lacks a little bit of that interaction. It's not a very interactive game. Like Seven Wonders, minimal interaction. There's a few attack cards. Mostly it's about building your engine out.
To me, though, the reason why I wouldn't mind that as much in this is I think I would find the puzzle more engaging to me in Dominion than in Seven Wonders.
I mean, I ranked Dominion higher than Seven Wonders by like a full spot.
At least a full spot. Out of 100.
That's Dominion. Dominion, solid game, one that has stood the test of time. I actually got rid of it at one point, by the way.
What's your favorite expansion content?
So I think I have to double check what comes with what. I want to say either Empires or Adventures. They both come with these cards that, in addition to the fixed card market, there's 2 more card types you can have. One of them is a card type that you can conquer for points, and the other one is like an action you can take. I have to double check what they are, but they both add something nice. Having a little stack of them that you can mix into the game gives you another little twist to the engine that I really appreciate.
Yeah. You know what I would like? I would like just some combination, like somewhere in the middle between Dominion and Seven Wonders and between 2 castles. Yeah. Just somewhere in the middle, that would be the perfect game.
How we call it between Seven Wonders and Dominion.
There you go. We don't even need the other title anymore.
My number 77 is one that I know that you know.
You know that I know.
Yes, number 77. And I'll let you guess where or how or what. But my number 77 is Dune Imperium.
Oh, I love this game so much.
Is this ranked too low for you?
That is horrendously low for me, but I also have to take into the context the sheer number of games that you have played more than me.
Yeah.
So,
also,
I love this game. I love this game so much.
Is this higher or lower than last year, or was it new to me? Maybe I didn't play it last year.
So, what's interesting is you have played Lost Ruins of Arnak, which I have not. And you have also played Endless Winter, which I have not.
Yes.
And you are in the group of people who rank this the lowest of the 3.
Oh, yes, I do.
But you were still very hyped. You still enjoyed it a lot, though.
It's 77. It's a good game.
So I think it was on your list last year.
It was.
And I think it's dropped.
It's dropped from 31.
Woo!
31! Big drop. So,
did you bring me on for this episode so that you can just punch me in the face with that knowledge?
No, I brought you in because I know how you feel about number 74.
Oh,
yes.
Dear.
So, for context, I knew he was going to be on for an episode, and I was like, let me just make sure there's something fun to talk about in this. And there's at least one. So either way, 77, it dropped from 31 because, and I said this in my initial review of the game, I love Dune Imperium. It's a solid game. I really enjoy it. Really and I'm very curious with the Rise of Ix expansion, is that what it's called?
Rise of Ix, I've already pre-ordered it. And my deluxe pack just came in.
Ooh, the Rise of Ix is a one that I'm looking forward to see what it does to the game. I know it's been well rated so far, well reviewed, and I think it will make this go straight back up that list because I really liked what Dune Imperium was doing. Mm-hmm. But then I played it a whole bunch, and I was concerned about this in my initial review. I was concerned about the fact that there is a key primary cycle in Dune Imperium that feels a little stagnant. Mm-hmm. That key cycle of you get the sand, so you can get the waters, you can get the sand, or the other way around. You get the sand, so you get the waters, you get the troops, you get the sand, you get the troops.
No, you get water so that you can go out to the desert to get sand.
That's what it was. And they use
water
that
to get spice, to get Solari, to get stuff.
Yeah, it feels like a little cycle that is kind of fixed in what's going on, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. And then the cards don't give you as much deck building.
I think based off of the little that I have seen and heard, I'm wondering if the expansion will fix some of that for you.
Oh, I think it will. I think it will. I mean, again, this is 77. This is not like doesn't need fixing. It's totally fine.
I mean, it needs fixing, guys. It's a great game.
It's a great game.
What player counts did you primarily play this out at that you felt?
I haven't touched it at 2. It's not the kind of game. I haven't played it. I wouldn't even want to touch it at 2.
I obviously would prefer to play 3 and 4 and not have to use the AI deck. But the AI deck is actually pretty darn smooth.
I don't touch AI decks. I hate them. I despise them.
It really actually works decently in this one.
And maybe I'll do it sometime. It's 2 your favorite
teeth
player
are
account.
gritted.
It's 2 your favorite player account.
No.
Then I'm not playing it at 2. I'm not. I mean, if I play this at 2, it's going to drop to like 80 now.
I think, honestly, 3 might be the best.
So 3 is my sweet spot for it. I think I played it at 4 one time.
But I'd play 4 over 2 in a heartbeat.
Then yeah, I'm not going to play it at 2. I don't need to do that.
Yeah.
I'll play
I'm just saying if you want to play the game.
It's 77. I'd be able to want to play this at all. No, so
it's painful to hear.
Dune is a really good game, but it does, after multiple plays, feel a bit samey in the cycle of the game compared to Lost Winds of Arnak, which to me does not. And I'm certain that people who are like, "What are you talking about? Lost Winds of Arnak was samey after 2 plays, and Dune is a magical and different strokes for different folks." That's okay. For me, this one grew more stale, and Lost Winds of Arnak I keep wanting to dive into with not a drop of drop off, I guess.
A drop of drop off.
Not a drop of drop off in my interest level of it. And Endless Winter will not be on my top 100 because it's not yet here, and I don't include anything that isn't yet available for wide order or ownership or whatever in my top 100. But
I think that makes sense.
I really like Dune Imperium.
Sensible.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Are you doing that to cover your phone so I can't see it
just
anymore?
so I like having the game stacked on camera so I can also watch the
on
focus.
camera?
Yeah, just
dear.
I don't overthink it. Don't overthink it.
Oh, I'm thinking it about
This
too
makes
much.
for a great thumbnail. In fact, let's do this.
There's just a drop of drop off.
Thumbnail.
Thumbnail?
There we go. Good. Excellent. Back. Moving on to the next one. The next one's probably the most awkward thumbnail. I'm gonna go with it. Anyways, number 76. Number 76.
You have to go with it, though. You have to go with it.
Of course I do. Number 76
I need
is...
to not look. Fantasy Brawl.
That's the one. Big box right behind me. I didn't want to go grab
Still
it
never
because
played.
it would be... I'd have to replace it. You never played it?
No.
Oh!
This is my 3rd time here. We haven't played it yet.
Maybe we'll play it after this video if you're not leaving yet.
Okay, I'll play
Maybe.
it. Yeah, that's fine.
Maybe.
We're going to play after this video.
This is a fun game. This is a fun game.
Is it a fun game?
I hate you. Super Fantasy Brawl, first of all, is this new to me? Higher, lower? Where is it?
This was on here last year.
It was on here last year.
It's grown. It's gotten higher, I think.
No, it was number
dropped
30.
again?
It was number 30.
Your
In fact-
30s, man, are just
in fact-
dropping low.
This is not intentional. I didn't plan this. I used Pub Meeple and order things. But this Dune Imperium was 31, dropped to whatever this was, 77.
Yeah.
This was 30 and dropped to 76.
Oh
that was
my
not
gosh.
intentional. It was pure coincidence, which just means I really like the two of these exactly the same amount. Although what I will say is I am not surprised that Dune Imperium dropped this low. I am surprised that Super Fantasy Brawl did.
So we talked about Pub Meeple, though, as just a starting point.
Yeah.
But you didn't change it. You agreed with it.
Oh, no, I might have changed it, but whatever I did or didn't change was not with the knowledge of what my list was last year. I just changed and adjusted things, and whatever I did resulted in these two being together again. They're meant to be.
They're meant to be.
But again, Dune
Just like
Imperium.
us.
Aw. Dune Imperium, I expected to go down over time. Super Fantasy Brawl has not... It's gone down for different reasons, but again, 76 is still an excellent game. I still love it. But I find that Super Fantasy Brawl, as much as I love it, as much as I'm like, let's play it now, Devin.
Yeah.
It's still one that the magic of just drawing cards and smashing each other in the face did get a little bit old as I played it more and more. I still really like it. And I think that there's a room for high-level strategy play that would make this possibly better, but for me it would actually make it worse. If I get to the point where I know the characters really well and I sit down to play with you and I destroy you, that's not fun.
So in terms, though, of the time that you would decide in a game night that you want to get Fantasy Brawl out, if you had a 4-player opportunity to table Oracle of Delphi or a 4-player opportunity to table Fantasy Brawl...
I'm not playing this at anything more other than 2 players.
Is it just 2 for you?
I think there's a 4-player mode. I'm not interested in it.
So you haven't done team-based or whatever?
No.
Okay, so it's just a 2-player game.
Two-player
Okay, well
game.
that's a specific difference then.
Yeah, but
okay.
It plays well in like half an hour. It's a solid game where you just have a hand of cards and you use them to power your actions as you try to drive forward towards objectives and you smash them in the face using your specific characters in the unique way they had their flavor to your deck, to your team. I like it. It's solid. It's lots of fun powers and abilities. But I just doesn't hit the table as much as I would like. Maybe because of the 2-player aspect. I don't play 2-player games as much as I play other player accounts.
Yeah.
But either way, still a decent game.
Does Rena like this?
Oh, Rena likes it a lot.
Oh, she likes it a lot.
Oh, she likes it a lot.
Well,
yeah.
that's good then for 2-player games.
Yeah, well, it helps. Otherwise, a 2-player game that isn't being played with a primary person in my group, whether Arena, whether one of the primary people in my game group, for any 2-player game to stick, I have to have the person who I know plays that game.
Yeah.
And this one is definitely Rena, but also other people. Maybe it'll be you. Maybe we'll add you to the list. But either way, that's another drop. Then from there, we have number 75. Number 75, which is...
I haven't played this one. I know you love this one.
We're playing this.
I know you love this game. I have not played this one yet.
Maybe we'll play this one with Rena. She likes this one too.
The last time I was here, we talked about we were going to table either Cockroach Poker or this, and
But
we picked
Cockroach Poker can't be tabled with 2, so you need 4. You could play with 3. You need 4 Cockroach Poker.
Yeah.
This you can play with 2, totally fine. With 3 and with 4, all player counts are fine. Move over 76. They're garbage. 75 is here. 75 is Gone Shun Clever, which to me is no longer my favorite roll and write. I'll say that. Hey, shh.
Oh!
Don't you dare.
Wow.
Don't you dare.
Wow.
Keep your mouth shut, boy.
Wow.
Keep your mouth shut. I played my favorite roll and write with him the other day, so he knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Wow, that's high praise.
But isn't it though?
That's high praise.
Isn't it though?
I mean, it's worth it.
Yeah.
It makes it, but that's high
Either
praise.
way, we'll come back to that another time. But honestly, I'm not even sure. There might be another one that's still higher than Gone Shun Clever. I have to double check. There might be a third in between the new favorites.
What about Fleet? Where's Fleet?
Keep your mouth shut, boy. Keep your mouth shut. Gone Shun Clever. Gone Shun Clever is a roll and write that has daisy chaining off.
Shut up for the sake of the content.
Hey, we're gonna edit this out. Gone Shun Clever is a game that has cascading pathways. That's what goes on. You can't see anything in the back of the box. You can go ahead and look.
Oh, thank you.
It has
so
cascading
much,
pathways
Dad.
of different sections of the board. I think 6 different sections, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it's 5. I have to double check. But each section has a different color and a different way that it operates. As you roll dice, you assign numbers to different fields, and as you earn things in different fields, it cascades and daisy chains to earn you other things in other fields, resulting in this 30 to 40 minute game of just fun little check, bing, check, bing, check, bing, and score as many points as possible. That's exactly how it sounds.
And also, did you give this to me because you knew I don't read German?
This is a German copy. I forgot about that part. I never bothered upgrading to the upgrading is a relative term because it's language independent. It doesn't matter at all. I probably should get the English copy at some point just because it's called That's Pretty Clever in English. I really like this one. It's solid. It's accessible.
Well, that's
it plays
a
well.
lamer name.
That's Pretty Clever.
Yeah, that's a lame
Gone Shun
name.
Clever.
I like that way better.
Fine.
Can
I'll
you
keep this
get
one.
the German box with the English
back of the box?
back?
I mean, if once I get the other one, I
You
could.
just
in theory,
switch them out?
if they're the same size. I really like Gone Shun Clever.
Well, actually, I'll put it over here.
Was this new to me? Higher or lower?
Oh, this was already on your list.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. This was higher. It dropped as well.
So you're saying it went down?
Yeah.
Number 38 last year, down to
Yeah.
75.
Yeah.
It's garbage. Yeah, I mean, honestly, we're seeing... So something I talked about in prior videos that I will say again here. In general, things do move down over time. The things that don't are the things that are really, really good. But on average, I said this before, recency bias. I like new things.
Your 30s have dropped heavily.
Yeah, they're not a good time for them.
3 in
Moving
your
on
30s dropped
to
heavily.
74. We got no more 30s in my... No more 30s. No more games in the 30s have dropped.
Okay, that's good.
But 29 is
Oh,
29 is on this list.
29.
Okay, next up we have number 74. An amazing game. I know how you feel about it. It is Honey Buzz.
That better not have been 29.
No, it wasn't.
Okay. Oh.
he's like, okay, fine. Top 100, you can have it. But like 29, that's a hot take.
If you had that over Dune, I would have just walked at it.
I mean, it is overdue now.
I know, but I hate you.
Honey Buzz from Elk Creek Games. This is, which one is it? Is it higher, lower? New to me?
I think
Actually,
it's
is it new to...
I think it's new to the list.
Well, so it's not, because I said there's one new to the list, and that was Seven Wonders. So the only is one...
okay. This is new to this year.
This is new to me. Yes,
Yeah.
I had not played this last year when I did my rankings. I've played it since then. I like this one a decent amount. Honey Buzz.
Which version did you get?
I have
this
the
looks
deluxe.
like the fancy version.
Yeah, I have the deluxe version of it. I really like the engine of Honey Buzz. It's a game that, unlike Dune Imperium, like Dune Imperium before, when I covered Dune Imperium, I said I think it's a game that will drop. Honey Buzz on its own, and they just had an expansion over on Kickstarter, so that might change things. But Honey Buzz on its own is a game that I did say they are chunky. I said that Honey Buzz is a game that might go down over time because the primary engine of what this game doing is a little samey. But I actually really like the concept of building up your little hive tiles, of earning these different powers so you can close it off and then earn a bunch of actions, and there's a little worker placement aspect of trying to place down your beeples in different spots to slowly grow out your hive and get yourself more beeples. It has a lot of the simple tableau building that I enjoy. It is a little on the light side and potentially gets a little samey. Past the variable scoring cards, not a lot changes up the game to game, but I find it appealing. I find it rewarding.
So, just like you were in the minority for not preferring Duel, I'm in the minority because most people really enjoy this game, and it just wasn't for me. It just I think that the puzzle did feel a little bit too samey for me.
Did you play it with the memory aspect?
No.
I won't touch the memory aspect.
No.
Yeah.
No. I did not like that.
I didn't play with it
possibility
because
at
why
all.
would
No.
I want to?
I played about 4 times, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was fine, but it was just that the puzzle did feel a little samey for me. The ability
How many did you play, you said?
4.
4, okay.
The ability to like chain a bunch of those actions when you complete a section, it feels very satisfying, but it almost to me felt like the difference between that turn and subsequent turns where you're trying to build up to do that again is such a stark difference in terms of like satisfaction from a player point.
What sense?
That you get so much joy from like that one cascading moment.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, now I got to build up to do it again, and it's just
and
like,
you get the joy again.
I know.
What is this? You're some sort of like drug addict. You like need larger and larger doses between hits.
Maybe so. Maybe I'm a board game drug addict.
Honestly, I don't really mind things that I like. Feel good in games. Feel good moments in games are a big thing.
The other thing that issued me, or that bothered, issued me, that spit me forth, not my mother, was I thought the points were a little swingy, specifically with the Queen's orders. Dependent on the player count you have, certain people do or don't get points off the Queen orders, and it's just every game that we played. The last game for me that kind of really did it was my wife Amber plays board games with me, but
did she win?
No, I thought she was remarkably more efficient at creating her hive and going after markets, and all I did was I just pursued the Queen's orders and I beat her, and I didn't feel like I played as well as she did. I thought she played more efficiently, more strategically, more interestingly than I did, but I was able to beat her simply because I was able to get those tiered higher point values, and that bothers me a little bit.
I hear you to a degree. I like the Queen's orders because I find they often drive the different ways I play the game. Without the Queen's orders, I would just play the same game every single time. The Queen's orders actually force me to consider, okay, I want those extra 20 points or 10 points, whatever I'm going to get, and so I have to consider a different strategy than I would otherwise pursue. For me, they are an essential part of the way and the reason I'll play it, and if they didn't give you enough points, I would just ignore them and focus on the efficient engine.
Yeah, to me, I feel like they're tweaked a little too powerful.
I hear. It's a reasonable critique, just not one I personally have.
Yeah.
Number 73. Number 73, which is, if I can find it somewhere here, I know I put it there. There we go. Watergate.
I like Watergate a lot.
Oh, good man,
I like
good
Watergate
man,
a lot.
good man. Because if you said I hadn't played Watergate, I'd be like, get out of here, Gunshun Clever. We're playing Watergate.
Yeah, I like this game a lot.
Yeah, 73. It was 29 last year.
So here's my thing, and maybe this is going to incite violence in the comments.
Ooh, hit me up.
I would play this every single time instead of Twilight Struggle.
Yes.
But Twilight Struggle is, people are like, oh my gosh, the game's amazing. And it's just like, it is a tug of war game where you have two people playing cards that counter each other's moves, but Twilight Struggle takes a really long time and just feels exhausting.
Yeah.
Also, I would never play Twilight Struggle physically. I think I'd just play the digital version of the game because you don't have to deal with all the chits and all that stuff. It just does so much better digitally.
Have you ever played it in person?
Twilight Struggle? Yeah. Once. And I played it digitally 4 or 5 times. And
Gotcha.
I just would never play it physically, but this, it's a great game.
I
great
played
game.
Twilight Struggle a long time ago. It was one of the games I had way back in the day because I had to play the number 1 ranked game on Board Game Geek.
Yeah.
That's how long ago it was.
Yeah.
And I like Twilight Struggle a lot. I probably have like 6 or 7 plays under my belt, but it is a 3 to 4 hour long experience, at least in person.
Yeah.
It's a game that the game engine is really, really well done, but it feels too long for the experience I'm getting out of it. And so eventually I moved on from it, and then I played 1960, The Making of a President. And I was like, this game is what you should have instead of Twilight Struggle, because this game's only 2.5 hours and gives you the same feeling and experience of Twilight Struggle. And then eventually I moved on from that because, it wasn't really getting played as a 2-player head-to-head game, wasn't getting played in 2.5 hours that often. And then I got Watergate, and I was like, I already got rid of those games, but if I hadn't, I would have got rid of them. Watergate, it gives you that same feeling, that same card-based tension back and forth, tug-of-war battle.
In a much shorter time.
But it's much shorter. It's much more accessible. I can literally play Twilight Struggle or 4 games of Watergate, and it's easily always going to be 4 games of Watergate.
And my major thing is, in those games, because they take so long, if you are the player who gets behind, there can be a period of time of 45 minutes or an hour in which you know you're going to lose, but the game's not over. And like this, if you're playing a 30-minute game...
Are you talking about the game or just life in general?
It's much longer than an hour, Alice. It's much longer than an hour. But in this game, if you know that you're going to lose, you might know that for 5 or 10 minutes. And then you can play another game because it took such little time.
Yeah.
Watergate's fantastic. If you haven't played it, you should play it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Wait. Where was this last year?
I already said. You just missed it.
I wasn't paying attention because I was excited about the game.
Yeah.
Where was it?
29.
20... Oh,
it's
man. Recency bias, man.
No. This one's not recency bias. This one is the fact that I've played Watergate enough times that it's not a recency issue. It's just I've seen a lot of the engine of it.
Yeah, the return on investment is getting smaller. Yeah.
Again, still a solid game.
Yeah.
Anything in the top 100 is inherently a solid game, at least by my own standards, for my own collection. But yeah, it's dropped from 29 because I've probably played this game like 20 times, and you see the engines, you see the stuff. The excitement of the newness of it has worn off, and now it's stabilizing too. I really like it.
How many... Do you only play it with Rena, really?
I've only played it at 2 players, yes. It's a two-player game. It's a two-player game.
My question is, do you think that the engine... that it would bother you less that you see the engine if you play it against somebody else who plays differently?
I have played this one against, I want to say, 3 primary opponents. Arena and then 2 people in my game.
Am I like a secondary or tertiary opponent?
I've never played this with you, sir. I didn't play it against Jesse. Jesse does not like it at all.
Well,
yeah, I know.
Jesse's
exactly.
weird.
Number 72. Number 72, we have... the Reckoners.
I've never played this.
Okay,
but I do like Brandon Sanderson.
We're playing the Reckoners now, apparently.
Screw Gauntlet and Clever. Screw Fantasy Ball. Screw Dominion.
The Reckoners is a really good game. I mean, obviously, it's 72 over here.
I see this guy.
Here you go. Careful. Man. It's got metal components.
Oh, I can hear the metal components. Yeah. I'm just going to put this here.
Now, this one has dropped from last year. This one was 63 last year. Not a big drop.
That's not a big drop.
Not a big drop. A 71 to 63 drop, that's basically just the fact that new games are coming in and something has to be pushed somewhere. You're either being pushed down or up. Someone's got to move. And so the Reckoners is one that I also might go up, by the way, because somewhere next to you on the shelf, I got the expansion somewhere there. I just got the expansion coming in. You can't find it. It's somewhere, wherever. But I just got the expansion for the Reckoners.
Don't assume that I can't find it. I could easily... I found it.
Did you really? Where is it?
I don't want to tell you.
The Reckoners. I really like the game. My biggest complaint is a complaint that I've shared against multiple other games, which is it can feel samey. When you're 3 or 4 plays into the Reckoners, it starts to feel like the same game experience, which can take away from the experience. But the basic idea of it is it's the books from Brandon Sanderson. You're playing as the Reckoners.
Have you read the books?
Yeah, the first one.
Is it good?
I liked it. Yeah, it's a little teen novel.
I've been reading the...
Wheel of Time?
Nope.
The other one?
His main one.
Something Kings, The Wrath of Kings, The Way of Kings?
Way of Kings.
The Way of Kings, yes. I've read like the first 7 pages of it.
Stormlight Archives.
Stormlight Archives. It's not a board game yet. But in any case, The Reckoners is a game that has you playing as the Reckoners, a group of anti-hero fighting players who are trying to take down these heroes, because they're not really heroes, they're just super-powered villains or whatever it is, and you're trying to run around the board, and it's ultimately a pandemic-style cooperative system which you're trying to stop the bad things happening faster than the bad things happen by playing as efficiently as possible. You'll learn upgrades in the game that are a lot of fun to go with. You're going to roll a lot of dice. It has a Yahtzee-style mechanism where you roll dice, roll them again to get what you need as you wander around taking things out.
How often does it hit the 75
minutes? At a 2-player game, Marina and I can usually knock it out in 45 minutes. At a 2-player game.
Wow!
But
do you like this more than Pandemic?
Well, Pandemic's gone. To be fair, no, actually, it's a complicated question. I have Pandemic Legacies. Pandemic Legacies. The base Pandemic is a game that has left my collection. I played it
Same with my
dozens
collection.
and dozens of times. But
I
eventually,
haven't played it that much.
Pandemic Legacy ruined base Pandemic for me. Pandemic Legacy is basically better Pandemic. And they're like, now that you've enjoyed better Pandemic, go back to the old one. And I was like... I can't.
For me, I haven't played Season 0 or Season 2. But Season 1 Pandemic, I was like, that is what I want Pandemic to be. Yeah. And now I'm done.
Season 1 Pandemic would outrank this.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting.
I like the Legacies. I played Season 1 Pandemic twice. I played Season 2 twice.
Wow.
I haven't played Season 0 yet.
That's a lot of Pandemic.
Yes.
That's a lot of Pandemic.
Yeah, it's like 45 games of Pandemic, and each one. It's like 90 games of Pandemic. I've played a lot of Pandemic, so I'm fine with the system here.
Yeah.
But the Reckoners, I like it a lot. My biggest critique is that the game can feel a bit samey, which I'm hoping the expansion
What is the
will help with.
expansion is supposed to do?
I don't know. I'll explain in a second. And then the other complaint is that playing against enemy villains feels very abstracted. It's not like, oh no, they're going to use their freezeway power. No, it's just very abstract. It's like, get this symbol, that symbol. It doesn't... It's a little too abstract in that sense.
Are you...
What?
Do you wish that there was more thematic elements in this game, Alex?
In a superhero game?
You wish that there was
in a
more thematic
game?
elements?
Yes.
Is there any good flavor text in
The
here?
expansion adds another core villain. The expansion also adds locations that matter more and are more different. It's behind something. Don't waste your time. It adds more thematic... I'm talking so dismissively to you.
I know. I'm not your son.
So,
I mean, you don't talk dismissively to your son,
way.
but I'm just saying, like, you're talking to me in like a... You can talk to me that way. It's fine.
So anyways, I'm curious what the expansion will add as far as... I know it adds some things. I don't know all the elements, but I like the game. I like it a lot. Number 71, down from 63, which is barely a drop, which brings us to number 72. It was actually 70... Ooh. Yeah, 70...
I think there's only two left.
No,
we're one left?
One left.
Oh,
71.
I'm gonna slide this
and
over
inherently,
here.
if you've been keeping track of... Inherently, if you've been keeping track of what's going on, we're down to the one left that is new to me. Yeah.
Oh, so it hasn't been on this list before?
Correct.
Okay.
No, it hasn't been on... It's new to me entirely. I haven't played it last year. I only started playing it this year, which is Tranquility.
You just did this with Rena.
I did.
Is this why you wanted to show it to me?
Oh, yeah, forgot the record. We're going to play this.
Forget Water Fate. Forget Reckoners.
Gone, Sean Clever.
Forget
You're
Fantasy
all gone.
Ball. Forget this.
I like it.
That's like it a lot.
I like it
That's
a lot.
like it a lot.
It's rated like a 7 on Board Game Geek. It's like, which is fine. It's a lighter game for sure. It's definitely a light game. It's a light experience as you lay out cards on a board. But I really just find the calming artwork peaceful. I find the game enjoyable.
You recently did a video where you talked about your review differential between games that existed and what you've ranked them. So you just said this is just a 7 for... What's it for you?
This is on that video. Yes. Yes, this was one of the
Was
top...
it a 2.5? So, is it a 9.5 for you?
So for context, I just did a video called Top 10 Underrated Games, which go through the games that I
now that makes me seem like a terrible listener.
Yes.
Because I watched that video, but I don't remember that.
Tranquility, I think it's a 7.0 on Board Game Geek. I think I give this a 4, I believe. I think it's a 4. It's not higher than that.
Okay,
4
so
to 5,
it's just it's an 8.
Yeah, it's a single solid 1-point differential as far as Board Game Geeks being a 7 and my 4 translated to an 8 being a 1 point. It's not a huge differential. I don't think this is amazing. I don't think it's a 5 to 5. I don't think it's a 4.5 to 5. I think it's a 4 to 5. A really solid, enjoyable game that the reward of it is more in the fun of playing than any high elements of strategy. You can honestly probably math out a computer opponent pretty easily for this game. There's not in terms of simulating yourself. You could simulate your own actions with a rule set of if X do Y, if Z do X. You could figure out the way to play the game pretty quickly.
So what brings this into almost your top 70?
I like it. It's fun. It's just simple and calming. Honestly, we could play... This is a 20-minute game. I could teach you this game and play a game pretty quickly right now, and we just have fun enjoying it.
Are you saying you want this video to be just 20 minutes longer?
20 minutes longer.
And we just have an end scroll time of which you just teach me this game?
Yeah, it works for me.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
Sounds good.
In any case, that is basically the top, where are we up to?
80 to 71.
Top 80 to 71. That's the top 80 to 71.
And the first Just a Person.
The first Just a
Which
Person.
you're obviously going to improve to better Just
Yes,
people
of course.
as the list gets closer. Who's going to be like your Just Person on the top 10?
I don't know if I'm doing... I don't know. The question is, do I keep myself for the top 10, or do I do... Like, where do I throw
You're just
people
going to fly to LA and do it with like Critical Role?
Just roll a Critical Role. Yeah, sure, they'll have me.
They'll have me.
Anyways, Critical Role, if you ever do watch this, what's the name? What's the name? I know the
Matt
guy's
Mercer?
name. Matt Mercer. I know him from Overwatch. He's the voice of McCree.
Is he?
Yeah, it's on noon.
Well, he's not McCree anymore.
I know he's not McCree anymore. let's leave that drama alone. Either way, until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe.
Get out there and play some games. Is that your outro?
That's Jesse's.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
What's your outro?
My outro is I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. and have a good one. You throw me off. Throw me off.
You were so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Bye. Are you actually gonna play it?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, sounds good. Here, put that back on your, just so it doesn't get smashed at any point.
Just get the top camera on.
Oh, are we doing a gameplay?
Yeah.
Okay. Beat a beat, I beat a bodo. Can this be a really long intro on this video? Are we just gonna stay in this one verse the whole time?
Robin Hood and Little John walking through the forest.
Golly, what a day!
Okay.
That would be the weirdest lyric lookup I did in a long time.
Alrighty, okay, we're gonna put this here. This is like the middle over here. Perfect. Okay.
Lucky Duck Games and Board Game Hub. I haven't heard of Board Game
Do me a
Hub.
favor. Go ahead and just create a little tableau like this, going up. Okay.
The same number?
Yeah. Just here you go. Here you go. No. You want to have 6 by 6 grid.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So wait, what is this right here?
Okay.
Do we need to fill that out?
Okay. So, ready?
I'm ready.
Should play. Hope they're sticking around because we're just gonna keep going.
We're gonna keep going?
Yeah. Okay. Just drop some of these monster cards and just mix them up because that otherwise feels way too localized. We can start from the beginning. Robin Hood and Little John walking through.
I really want to look at the lyrics.
Never dreaming something, 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 something. Oodle lolly, oodle lolly, golly, what a day. Okay.
I think our version is almost as good.
Almost. Oh, we need the finished cards. Oh well.
What did you think of his top 10 list, guys?
Yeah.
Well, top 10 in the 80s to 70s.
Yeah, that's the list.
What did you think? Did you like it? Is this the longest outro you'll have ever done?
No,
Is it 20-minute gameplay of Tranquility?
There's that one time I did all the bags in Terraforming Mars. You ever see that one?
Did you do that?
I did an unboxing. I did an unboxing of Terraforming Mars, and at the very end, I sat there at the end and just snipped all of the bags. I just opened all the bags on camera, just like, what am I gonna do? Okay.
That's amazing.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Okay.
How long was that of just the bag snipping?
20 minutes.
That's
This
awesome.
might be the longest one soon. Okay, wait, hold
Just
on.
because Devin takes so long to do stuff.
Go ahead and draw 5 cards.
Draw 5 cards.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I like the card stock.
The card
feel.
stockness is tight.
It feels good.
Tight. Okay, ready? Cool. We have 80 cards, 1 through 80 in our hand. Okay. If you have a start card in your hand, we should have done that first. Draw your hand, and if you have a start card, let me know because you shouldn't.
What does it say? Start.
It says start in it. Like
mine says finish.
Don't you shuffle your hand back up, boy. Don't tell me. Just say if you have a start card. Okay.
This might take more than 20 minutes.
We'll figure it out. All right. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna have 5 cards, which I now have.
Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. And what you're going to do is you're gonna
Mine
play.
has a finish card.
I'm gonna slap you. Alright. So what you want to do is you want to play your cards between you're gonna start from here with 1 and go all the way up to there with 80. Now you'll notice 6 by 6 is only 36. You don't actually have to start with 1, they just have to go in ascending order. It goes like this, then like this, etc.
So kind of like Welcome to, where you're not always going in perfect numerical order, but you have... Okay.
For example, here's what I'm going to do right now, okay? I'm going to go ahead, and I'm not going to overthink this, but I'm going to place this down over here. Okay?
65?
65.
Okay.
Now you can place it, and then I'm going to draw a card, and then my turn. Go ahead and play a card. You got a 1? That's 2. You don't want to leave space for a 1? Okay, cool. You do you, boo. Okay.
So do I draw another card?
You draw another card? Yes, you always drop your hand. Okay. I'll keep teaching you rules as we go. This is not the only rules yet. I'm going to go ahead and play a 67 over here. Go ahead, your turn.
But there's only 36.
Yes. Oh, wait, hold up. I drew my start card. Okay, so as soon as I draw my start card, what we have to do is we each draw 2 more cards.
Okay.
Because it's a 2-player game, and if there are more players, you wouldn't do that. And then we have to collectively discard 8 cards.
Oh,
Yeah, about that.
that's a lot.
I can discard these 4 and this one over here. All discards are face down. I got 3 cards I can discard already. I could discard. I prefer not to discard more, but I could if I need to.
I can discard 1.
Okay, you're gonna have to discard more than that.
I can discard 2 for sure.
Okay, I'll add 1 more to the discard because apparently we're playing that game. Okay, I have 1 more. You have to discard 2 more. I need these 2 cards.
I don't know what need means.
Okay, so for context, there's only 5 finish cards, and they're shuffled up between our decks. Okay, we're gonna need a finish card at the end of the game.
To put there?
You put over here.
And put a start here?
Correct. The start card now goes over here.
The start card here?
Yeah. And now I draw to my hand, and now it's your turn.
Do I draw up to mine?
Yep.
To 5?
Yep.
I have a question. Remember that one time when I messed up and didn't give myself space?
Yeah. What do you mean? What space?
Oh
no, just
do you keep cards and just discard them?
You don't know what I discarded. You will never know what I discarded. So you have to kind of play. Okay, cool.
Do I pick up again?
Yep.
I'm bad at this.
Oh, I haven't told you the full rules yet. I will go ahead and play.
I got really good cards.
I really hope you haven't discarded too many high cards because I'm gonna leave a lot of room for high cards there because I don't know what the gap is here. Your turn. Okay, great. Oh, cool. Fun fact. Now that you've placed a card next to another card, which you've noticed the first time you've done that, you have to discard the difference in numbers.
1?
Yeah.
I'll just get rid of that card.
Face
down?
Yeah, face down. Don't tell me anything. Don't tell me anything. Now it's my turn.
Okay. Go back up to 5.
Oh, look at this. I'm placing the 80 over here.
Oh, nice.
Now it's only relevant when you play exactly adjacent.
I'm gonna play...
Nice gapping. Nice gapping.
Thanks.
Okay. Oh, I actually got this. I got this.
Wait. I drew another start card.
Then it's just card fodder now.
Oh, so I can use it to discard?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to place 75 over here.
Ooh.
Okay, now when you place it between 2 cards, you do the lower gap.
So which is just 1.
Just 1. Just 1, that's right.
Smart.
And I will discard a card. Hold up.
What a smarty pants.
Hey, hold up.
I haven't done anything.
Oh, this is not good. This is not good. If you ever get a sea monster, you'll know what I'm talking about. Just tell me. I'll explain how it works. Oh, this is really not good.
I don't have a sea monster.
Oh, I probably shouldn't have done that. Whatever. I'm discarding a card and hoping for the best. This might be a problem. Your turn.
You got rid of a finish card, and now I've got to be the one to have a finish card now. I know what is going on inside his head.
Don't say things. Oh, I should have discarded that card. That would help.
There.
Beautiful. 21s. Okay. I'm going to play a 77 over here. And discard. Your turn. 77 gap of 1. Your turn.
Nice. I'm going to go...
Okay. Nice. Now ready? I got a sea monster. Ready? I'm playing a sea monster. You have to play any sea monsters in your hand before the game ends, or you can't finish until you play sea monster in your hand. Sea monsters in the deck are fine. I have a sea monster, which means this has to be played before the end of the game. When you play a sea monster, you play it on top of another card, any other card, and you remove both those cards from the game. Basically, depriving you of necessary cards. Your turn.
Ooh.
But also, I planned around
I have a
which
question.
card I did. Yeah.
If I have certain cards, do I keep them until the end?
If you have certain cards and you're worried about discarding them because there's only 5, then you might want to keep them until the end. But you might have to discard them at times. You might have to make hard decisions.
Okay. I don't know how to keep this going, but we'll keep going.
Oh, losing is fine. We lose this game. 18. Okay, cool. Now you see, I discarded that card intentionally because I knew I had a 79 to proxy in.
Oh,
yeah.
You're a clever girl. Now you just get rid of 1.
Clever girl. I'll get rid of 1 card, and these 2 seem to work together, so I'll keep that one.
How many of the certain cards do we have?
5 total between our 2 decks.
Between the 2 decks?
Yep. You only need 1 of them.
Okay. Get rid of 1.
Okay.
Get rid of that. Okay, you're up.
What if I don't want to be up? I'm going to play a 66 over here.
So you just get rid of 1.
Drop that card. Your turn.
16. Just going to get rid of 1 card.
Okay. I will remember you. I will play a 54 over, I guess I want to leave some gap, but not too big a gap. I'll play a 54, because there's a big gap here, so I'm going to play it over here. Your turn.
I think that's sensible. Play a 50 right there.
If you do that, you have to discard 4 cards.
Why?
Because 50 is directly next to 54.
Oh! Yowza! I'll do that.
Seems reasonable.
Yowza!
That also
I
leaves
like
a problem,
this.
though.
This is interesting.
You drew a card. You drew up.
Oh yeah, I already drew up.
That
I
leaves
already
me with
drew
a
that.
slight problem. I'm gonna have to discard 2 cards. 56 over here.
Why do you have night ones and there's day ones?
It's just there's a slow progression of time.
Oh, okay. I see.
Art.
I see it now.
Yeah.
I see it
Okay. I'm gonna discard 2 cards. I don't like either of these options, but 2 cards it is.
now. Ready. I'm gonna discard 1 card. That's actually not terrible.
I'm gonna play a 40 over here.
Wow.
There's intent. There's intent there.
That's a lot of cards.
Don't read into it. Your turn.
I'm gonna Sea Monster 49.
Nice. Okay. Any discard pile doesn't matter.
And then I'm gonna put 48.
No, technically it's a different turn. Different turn.
I knew that.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure about that. I can be wrong.
I knew that. I thought you put a 79 up on
Okay.
that same turn.
I'm gonna drop a 38 up here, which is gonna cost us 2 cards.
Why does it just cost 2?
The gap
Oh,
here.
40.
You
40,
look at
40.
the smaller of the gaps.
I
I told you I know what I was doing. I told you.
Right, I'm gonna
Wait,
now
wait,
on
wait,
my
I'm discarding
turn.
this card over here, and then drawing 3. Your turn.
Why'd you discard?
Because I played a card and then discarded 2.
Oh, I'm gonna play that and discard 2.
Okay. Okay, we're making good progress here. We're making good progress. Ish. I have this one over here which I can play, which will also cost us 2 more cards, which fortunately I can afford. Ish.
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 Ish. Yikes. Okay.
I'm gonna play 5.
I'm worried I'm gonna run out of cards.
Gets rid of 1. I'm gonna get rid of that one. Pick up 2. If we run out of cards, do we lose?
Yeah, I have to double check what happens if one of us runs out of cards. That part I have to double
Do we
check.
just split our stuff?
I have to double check. Okay. My turn?
Yep. You're up.
It's not great.
Ooh, I feel okay about that part.
I will have to burn this card with the sea monster. Which it wasn't what I wanted to do, but my hand does not support other plays. Okay.
I think I'm going to play this.
Any player cannot take a legal action.
Which I have to get rid of 1. And I'll go ahead and get rid of that one, actually. Interesting, the choices that I'm making.
Okay, now, something I didn't tell you is you do have an action available to you where you simply discard 2 cards.
Huh.
Yeah. But I'm not going to take that action because I'm going to go with this over here and discard 3 cards instead. Which is hurts and is painful. Okay.
Alright.
Your turn.
I'm going to... I think I'm actually going to Sea Monster this card. There we go. Now you're up.
I'm going to place a 71 over here and discard a single card.
Alrighty. I'm going to play this here and get rid of just 1.
I'm worried that I'm going to run out of cards very shortly.
Why do I have so much more than you?
I may have done more of the discarding. That could be a problem, though.
I don't think that... I mean, I think you had some extras.
Could be a problem.
I think you had some extras.
No.
You started off the game with these, and I
just cheat on camera?
Okay. What?
I'm going to play this down on this 71.
Hey, stop doing that.
I don't have a choice, dude. Got to fill up this grid quickly because we're going to run out of time.
Alright, I'm going to play here and get rid of 2. I'm going to get rid of that one, and I'm going to get rid of that one.
We have a problem. I'm going to play this 68 up over here and discard a single card.
Oh, nice. Okay, I'm going to play this here. Yep, I guess, and get rid of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I have to discard 2 cards.
Because you can't.
Because I can't.
You're almost
I can't
dead.
legally place one.
This is not going well. I'm going to play here and get rid of 1. Go ahead and get rid of that one.
I'll discard 2 cards. We're gonna lose. Just this, the math on it is not good. Turns out this will be the shortest outrow.
I'll go ahead and play this one and get rid of 1.
I'll discard 2 cards, which means you can play 1 card. You want to do the math on whether we're winning or not?
I can just play 1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a little too cavalier with my discards early on.
Should it be 41, 42, 43, or 44? Which one do you think it should be?
41. 41.
41. Sensible. Then I'll get rid of 43.
And I can't play anything, and we lose the game. We lose the game. Well, anyways, that's Tranquility.
I liked that.
Yeah, it's kind
a
of
lot,
right?
And it says such a tiny little box.
Yeah, and there's
That's
like
good.
a whole bunch of expansions and modules in there we didn't even talk about. Yeah.
We, for the outro, we still have to play Gauntlet and Clever,
it's gonna be
Reckoners,
long. No,
Fantasy
no.
Brawl.
No, just the one now. We'll do others another time. Anyways, until next time, thanks for sticking around this long. That was amusing.
Bye!